Good morning, good week to you, church. I am hanging in there like many of you. These are days of great challenge, um, sadness, even mourning. And in these times when we are confused and wondering what is going on, when there seems to be such a disparity of opinion and directions, where is the church in all of this? Who are we as a people? I hope you will join with me and Marcia this Sunday as we bring to you a message from God's Word and a Bible study that I hope will speak to your heart. I am going to be continuing on in part 2 of a 2-part series on the book of Job. Job is just too important of a book and too needed right now in our national and our Christian dialogue to be ignored. What does it say about our suffering? What does it say about how we are to think about God in that? I hope you will tune in, and through tuning in, will be inspired that faith in God is possible and attainable and will make all the difference. I urge you as well to ask your friends to listen too. I think they will be ready to hear, some of them who had not been ready to hear before. We all need to be very much in prayer. We need to be in prayer for one another, and we need to be in prayer for our church, for our Christian community at large, for our nation, and for our world. We are able through this time, through our faith in God, to inspire others to have faith as well, to see that day when God will gather together those who believe, truly believe in Him, and they will be able to help others find their way through the dark valley. So I urge you to continue to listen, continue to watch these videos, continue to engage in personal study. Remember, the church has never closed. One additional word I would like to say to everyone is there will be communion on the first Sunday of October. The first Sunday of October is World Communion Sunday, and we are not going to give up communion. We believe in it. We believe that Christ commanded it. He did not limit it how we are to do it, and so we will find the best way we can. What is important is that we celebrate, that we recognize our common union one with another and our dependency on Christ and His sacrifice in our behalf. So I urge you to do what you need to do to prepare for that event. I will be doing it similar in a way that I did last Easter, but this time we will ask you that if you desire to provide your own elements, that's fine. A piece of bread, any kind will do, grape juice, even wine. Nobody's going to check up on you. You can use whatever element you find to be the most meaningful element. If you would prefer, and we will make available for you, we have the sanitary communion cups that have the little wafer of bread on top and the grape juice in the cup below. Those are available for you. Come by the church office anytime. They're out there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pick up what you need, share, put the word out. We want as many people to participate and understand the meaning of Christ's sacrifice as possible. And if you're coming by, why not pick up a copy of Nurturing Faith magazine? Now, you may already have a copy, but does your neighbor, does your relative? Take a copy for them. Help spread the word. One more thing I want you to know. We are now able to broadcast to an audience of close to 1 million people via the increase in signal made possible by adding 2 FM bands to our radio frequency. So if you've been listening through podcast, if you've been listening through internet streaming, if you've been listening to a direct AM broadcast, now you have one additional option, is to listen through FM broadcasting. This is going to be particularly helpful to those who live in the Greensboro area and outlying areas around Rockingham County. So things are getting improved, and the message of the gospel is going even further than ever before. It's ironic, honestly, that it took this COVID-19 pandemic to open up the possibility of worship for so many. We have more people worshiping with us every Sunday now than at any time I've been here. It's phenomenal. And people really are listening. So please take time, share with your neighbor. One more thing I want to share with you. Please wear your mask. Now, I know that I don't need to say that to anybody that's a member of this church, and I'll tell you why. Every time I've gone out into our community, whether I go to the store or I go wherever people are, and I see somebody from our church, without exception, they're wearing a mask. I believe that that is emblematic of what Jesus said is love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, I want to live, but I also want my neighbor to live. And I understand. It is clear. The evidence is overwhelming that mask wearing saves lives. We're not going to have to do this forever, I hope not. But we need to do it now. We must do it now if we're going to get through this pandemic. Now, there's other things that can happen. I'm not going to go into all that. But what we need right now is to do the best thing we can do. If we will do this, we will make this horrible disease less horrible. Fewer people will die. 200,000 people are dead in our country now. It didn't have to be this bad. So please continue to wear your mask. And when you see others who aren't wearing masks, pray for them. Please pray for them. Pray for their understanding. Pray for their safety. And let's continue to encourage one another that we will love our neighbor as we love ourselves. It's just that simple. It's not a matter of religious freedom, by the way. It's a matter of loving your neighbor as you love yourself. So continue on setting the good example. I'm so proud of you. I believe that First Baptist Church is saying something to our world and our community through these days that will be an enduring message of hope and comfort and optimism that the gospel is strong and can endure. So thank you for your love. Thank you for your prayers. I do so need your prayers. Not only I, but all those who have lost loved ones in our church in recent days. It is hard, and we need your support. So continue to tune in, continue to pray, continue to lift one another up, and we will overcome.